Hi all, welcome to my fantasy foot trading thoughts as it were. Apologies for not really doing much trading content really for this FIFA in terms of showing it. Like I've obviously tweeted bits of like all in plays and so forth, but I've not really delved into like proper in-depth analysis as it were, like you might see with Foot Accounting or on the Foot Market and like Elite for example. But hopefully you find this useful, folks. A bit of difference, and obviously the fantasy foot cards obviously are the recent promo, and it is worth noting I am kind of looking at spending this weekend using the 16mm that I have between Xbox and PlayStation to see where this goes. Obviously initially I had about half a dozen players, which was Jose Sa, Vertonghen, Alvarez, Odriozola, Sirigu and Nani. The reason why Nani is because while he was a 500k card, due to Venezia playing Spezia, I thought a +2 on him, and I was factoring in Dybala, could see potentially a significant rise, because Dybala is 1.1 million. And I thought, well, Nani's probably could go at the same kind of level of card, and I thought, with it being 5-5 in a cam, you never know. So anyways, delving into each of the cards, I thought ended up bulking up a little bit. I added Camavinga, I added Eriksen, I added Merino to this pile as well, just to kind of give a bit extra meat to the bones. Now Vertonghen's the first player, he plays Friday night against Braga, 3rd v 4th. I would say certainly a good shout. Like same with Tal as well. Actually, he's another like good shout. But basically, the way I would approach this is for each of these players is you're looking at who is likely for 2 upgrades in the first game. The reason why I say that is solely because that is where the spike will happen. You don't want someone that's just maybe going to get 1 upgrade. Like Atal, Hincapié, these guys, like Hincapié with a +2 on him, I would say could be a very expensive card, because he would suddenly have +2 pace, +2 defending, physical, and he'd be pushing like 90+ for those 3 stats, and like Atal would be pushing like 85+ near enough on like all his stats, and there would be people then saying, oh, he could be like a cheap version of Team of the Year Hakimi almost. Which is viable to see, but I doubt he'd play at the same level. But even still, Nice themselves definitely are viable for like 2 upgrades, because you've got to factor in that Nice are challenging for a European spot, and they're also playing Rennes, which is 3rd v 4th. Now the problem is it is Rennes, and Rennes are free scoring just now. Like, and I mean free scoring. It's where I would say that for once, Atal, as strong as he is, that's where it might go against. But Nice seem to bag some big results when they can. What's let them down this season is just the amount of losses, because I feel they could have competed a little bit better in the title race. Whereas Rennes, they've shown the last 5 games where they could challenge for the title. It's just earlier season form against some teams let them down. Hincapié, as we said, with Leverkusen, they can be sometimes hit and miss. It's a bit like Dortmund in a sense. One game they can be defensively sound, the next they're not. And obviously prior to the break they were very impressive, like getting a 2-0 win against Wolfsburg. So it's definitely viable. Like Bayer Leverkusen's playing Hertha Berlin. That's when these are the games you've got to factor in. You see yourself, Hertha Berlin, where do they sit? Oh, they sit 3rd bottom. Prior to beating Hoffenheim, they were basically leaking goals for fun. That was literally in a nutshell, and I could still see it happening. Merino's another one. Like he's like could get, if he used to get a +1 or a +2, he'd suddenly be challenging Laurenti's card. Now obviously weak foot skill moves are a little bit weak on him. Eriksen is probably more likely for a +1 than a +2. That's why the only reason why I featured him is because he's not in packs. Obviously EA mucked up because he was what's supposed to be an SBC, and because if you had his 82 Brentford card in your club, you suddenly had a version of the 90. So you suddenly had 50k card before you knew it. Now, Eriksen's recent form, especially for the national team and even for club team, for Brentford, could probably give him a +1 from his first game if he was to bag an assist. That's probably where you're more likely looking, but you'd definitely be up for a goal. Nani obviously playing Spezia, so and that's kind of like a battle for staying up. In my eyes, Venezia, if they're going to stay up, these are the games they need to win, and this is the kind of game where Nani might turn up. For example, Nani might get an assist, he might get a goal. Game wise, he's played like 8 or 9 games, and the minutes have varied, but this is the kind of game where he might be like, I'm going to turn up. And if he was to turn up, and if I'm saying a 500k card, a +2 on him, putting him at 93, could he be 800k? Could be quite easily. But also hype as well would play a part in a lot of these cards. Jose Sa, obviously Aston Villa v Wolves, could get the upgrade, and it's a tricky one. Like Odriozola is another one. Like I've explained in the Discord, for example, it's like Wolves is 8th, 2 wins from last 3 with 2 clean sheets. Villa's 9th, lost the last 2, 3 clean sheets. Despite that, in the last 5 games, Benfica 3rd, 3 wins from last 5. Braga 4 wins from their last 2. For the last 5, Fiorentina 2 wins from last 5. Empoli have no wins. So if you want Fiorentina with Odriozola, for example, they've got 2 clean sheets and only 1 clean sheet Empoli have kept. So I would say Fiorentina should be a very good shout for keeping a clean sheet. With Spezia Venezia, it's 3 goals for Venezia, but they have not won a game. Spezia is 1 win from their last 5, but 4 goals scored. Genoa 1 win from last 5, 4 clean sheets. Verona sitting 10th with 1 win from last 5 with no clean sheets. Genoa are like the 0-0 specialists in the league, and that's kind of why I really do quite fancy Sirigu as well. Ajax obviously 4 wins from the last 5, 11 goals. 11 goals from the last 5 games. Groningen sitting 8th, 3 wins from the last 5 with 10 goals. And as I said, like Nani is like 550k. He's the 3rd most expensive Serie A card. He's 5.5. Dybala's 1.1. But if you're in and out, you could be laughing. And like the way I'm looking at it, I'm planning Friday to go in, hopefully for like once I see team sheets. Like I'd imagine Vertonghen will be starting anyway, but I'll probably do all my efforts on Vertonghen. Then if they get the result and keep a clean sheet, great. Then I'd move to the Saturday games, so I'll probably move from there into a rapid play of dodging around on like Alvarez, Jose Sa, maybe for the Saturday game, Odriozola, then like Nani and like Sirigu. So I've kind of got it all timetabled out from like, here's who plays on the Friday night, get that done, who plays on the Saturday, get those kind of games structured, because my aim is to kind of get all timed out right. So it's like I'm not kind of clashing with myself, but I'm able to get in and out in an efficient way where I can say, oh, I can do Vertonghen, if he gets what I need, great, then I can move out, in and out. Oh, I can do Nani. Nani's like only 30 cards at the moment I need to buy, like 32 cards. But depending on how Vertonghen goes, it might be more than 32, it could be 40 for all I know. But then I dodge around maybe to Odriozola and then Jose Sa, or however I want to go about it. I've got it all kind of sussed out on a timetable. And it's the same if I was to do like Camavinga or Merino or Eriksen or Atal. It's like I've got timetabled out Friday games, Saturday games, Sunday games. Just makes it nice and easy for me, and I know how I can feel comfortably with my trading, but also all in wise. And as long as I get in and out quick enough, I'm laughing. If it works, great, we could be looking at serious coins. If not, at least I can say I had a bit of fun just trying to keep up with the live games. But let me know, folks, if you're going to do any of the strategies at all. Smash like always, sub to channel if you're new, follow me to Twitter, a legend, and I'll catch you all later, folks.